my goodness, finally. My hair's a mess now because I've been pulling it out in frustration. I am so sorry. I am very late for this. Normally I would have been here at 2, but when I tried to get into my video streaming system, it decided it didn't like my password and wouldn't accept my email or my password, wouldn't accept me resetting it, and told me I've been locked out. So I've spent the last 20 minutes tearing my hair out, trying to get it going, but I'll be glad to tell you I have finally got it going, and now we are live. Thank goodness. So I didn't want that at the start of a new year. My goodness, what's that all about? Anyway, we are here now, and hopefully you will be able to see my craft desk. Let me just swap from my view to the craft desk, and I should be, except that that's upside down. Okay, let me just swap back for a minute while I try and sort that without making you feel a bit, I think it's just because it doesn't like, that's it. That should be it now. Let's try that again. Yeah, the right way around now. Thank goodness for that. There we are. I'll get it straight as well. Yeah, because it's an exciting day and I had so much to talk to you about. So if you are managing to find me, despite my dreadful nonsense that I've had with problems, then do let me know that you're there, because I'd love to know I'm talking to somebody. But the exciting thing is the catalogues are now live, so I can actually show them to you. There are 3, 2 paper versions and online. You can see all of these online at my website, craftycarolscards.co.uk. And we have our new mini catalogue, which is just full of gorgeous, gorgeous things. I'm allowed to open it now. I can show you. The links to it are on the front page of my website. The products I'm using today, just move that out of the way. Products I'm using today, so I've got just to try and tuck that out of the way as well. That's my lead from there. There we go. That's slightly better, less likely to come falling down on me. Anyway, Emma Lou, oh, hooray. Yes, I made it in. Honestly, I get so frustrated with technology when it does these things. It's perfectly accepted my password all of last year. It's not that it needs renewing, anything needs renewing, any license. It just refused to let me in and then locked me out because I kept trying different things, which is, I suppose, silly, but there we go. Anyway, today I am going to use this lovely suite, or some of the things from this lovely suite, in the new catalogue, the new mini catalogue, the Wildflower Birthday suite. I saw this, and as soon as I saw those number dies, that was it. I've got to have this suite. So it comes with, this is the bundle. So you've got these images and bits from it, happy birthday, etc. And the number dies, which are the bits that I love. Plus you can make your own banners, and there's all sorts of little tiny dies. There's all sorts. I'm not going to go through it all. I'm going to show you in real terms, actually, rather than showing you on the paper. But I'm also going to use, for the card we're going to make, this set. And again, I saw this set in the catalogue and thought, that's it. I have got to have this set. It's absolutely beautiful. When it doesn't work, you could chuck it out the window. Yeah, I honestly was about to today. Anyway, enough. Calm, zen, breathe. So I'm going to use this set as well. I saw this little dog and thought, that's it. I've got to have this set. It's just gorgeous. It's got these images and really lovely sentiments. You're how old in dog years you'd be with it. Things like happy birthday, another wrinkle wiser, which I love. Happy birthday, now back to me. It's got these 3 beautiful images, plus this little starburst images and these lines, don't know what else to call them. Aging fine like cheese and wine, at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. So I really love that set because it's my sort of set. So I'm going to be using that. Here are the actual things. Oh, I better talk about Celebration first, hadn't I? Because of course it's not just the mini catalogue, we have Celebration too. And what Celebration means is that if you make an order from the catalogue or from the online exclusives or kits or anything that's for sale, if you make an order that totals £55, you can choose a free item from Celebration. And if your order is £110, you can choose some really gorgeous things from Celebration. So, for example, I just happened to turn to this. There's this lovely Corner in Bloom set. That's free with a £110 purchase. The one I've got that I absolutely adore from that is, where is it? This one, the heart-shaped. This is £110 purchase. You've got these lovely stamps and these beautiful dies. I should be doing something with that next month. Then you've got these lovely free stamps. I quite like the Dance With Me. You've got free papers, you've got free sequins, you've got free ribbon, more stamp sets, lovely, more papers. This set, gorgeous, friendly sequels. I absolutely love that. Got some fabulous cards being made with that I've seen, and I'm definitely having that. Plus, first time ever, there's a kit, Rainbow Celebration kit, to make 6 cards, which is free with a £55 purchase. More paper. So yeah, loads of things to see in there. Put those to one side for now because I want to show you this kit. That's my 1 more year. Show you that's a separate stamp set. That's the one I've just talked about. We're going to use that today for the card. This is the suite. You get this die set, the stamp set, which with all of these lovely things, and these lovely numbers, which are great. They're just the right size. My previous number set, they're a bit bigger. They're about this size. So this is a great size for numbers. I'm really looking forward to using those. And there's the stamps to go with it. And you also get these gorgeous, they call them party dots, in the three different colours. And this ribbon, which is just beautiful. Look at that. It's gold and it's all sort of open and, ooh, look at that. Beautiful, hey? Whoa. Just gorgeous. And it will obviously squish up, it'll twist, it'll tie. It's really beautiful stuff. I'm not actually using any of that today, but it is a gorgeous ribbon. What I really want to focus on is the paper. I saw this and thought, oh yeah, it looks quite nice. And then when it came, oh my goodness, I can't stop making things with it. As you can see, I've used quite a lot. So there are the usual double-sided sheets, but they're all, let me show you this birthday one we're going to use today. They've all got gold detail on. Can you see it shining there? Although it's gone very dark outside, it's just starting to snow. Okay, well, sleety snow. Unlikely to last here, but there we go. So these lovely gold details. And there's this one, and they're double-sided. This one's got stripes on the back. This one here with these lovely gold scalloped lines. That's got beautiful leaves on the back. Then you've got this one with the flowers, and that has got sort of dots, sort of longish dots. How can I describe them? Longy dots on the back. But again, all the gold detail in those. Another sheet of that one, another birthday sheet. And what else is it? Oh, this one. This is another sheet, this sort. And that's got a checker sort of gingham pattern on the back, which is really lovely. That's beautiful. Lovely papers. But then I came across these. There are 2 sheets of these, which are like tags and toppers. You can see I've already cut one out to make a card. And these will cover the front of a card. You've got smaller strips and sentiment sort of outlines, different stripy strips, but also these lovely toppers, which you can be used straight on the card. Again, all gold foiled. And these little tags, which can be used as coordinating gift tags. And there's 2 sheets of those. That's those. And then finally, it's not all. Oh, these are still in the pack. Hang on, let me just get them out. You have these. I think I've got them in the pack because they do fall out because I've used some of them. They are already die cut images. So you've got these lovely flower things. You've got cakes. You've got big cakes and small little cupcakes and banners and balloons and flowers and leaves and these tassely ones. There's a die with the tassels, so you can make your own, but there you go. 2 sheets of those as well. So this paper, it's absolutely fantastic. This is the Wildflower suite, and I just love the colours. I can't stop using it. Colours that match with it, just to tell you. Blueberry bushel, old olive, peach pie, pool party, pretty in pink, soft sea foam, and gold. And I always keep the back of these, even if I put them in a different envelope, which I often do to save, because these sort of thin covers aren't brilliant. So you think it's sold out at the moment. Oh no, is it really? Can't believe, well, I'm not surprised because it's so gorgeous. Well, watch out for it coming back in. I mean, you've got till the end of February to buy celebration stuff. I haven't seen the, I must check the not available list because I can't believe it. I'm making something with something that isn't available. Really annoying. Never mind. Let's move on and let me show you the card we're going to make. Let's get some of this stuff out the way. And it's this card. And this is, I called it a swing card. And so it opens like that. So it swings so that the front panel sort of swings into the card like that. Stands up, obviously. Really simple card to make. It looks like it should be really difficult, but it isn't. And I shall show you how to make it. So that's what we're making. And I've decorated the envelope with some banners just to match that card. And for this one, I've used Pool Party as the base and Pretty in Pink as the coordinating colour. So I'm going to make another one using this lovely cakey paper because I think it's brilliant for birthdays, but reversing the colours. So I'm using Pretty in Pink as my base cardstock and my big layer, Pool Party as my second size layer, and then you need pieces here. Let me go through the sizes and then you know what you need. So your base piece is half an A4 cardstock, cut in half at 10.5 centimetres, so it's 29.6 by 10.5. The US sizes are 11 by 4.25, and we're going to score that in a minute, but I'll go through that in a minute. Then the other bits of card you need, 2 of the same colour cardstock for the initial panels, and these are 11 by 6 centimetres or 4.5 by 2.25 inches. Then you need 2 of a coordinating colour you're going to choose. In this case, I've used Pool Party, and these are 10.5 by 5.5, so half a centimetre smaller than those ones. A bit on there. Or in inches, 4 3/8 by 2 1/8. And finally, 2 pieces of basic white, and these are 10 by 5 or 4 1/8 by 2 inches. So those are the cardstock bits you need. I've also got a scrap for my image because I'm going to colour and cut an image. On this one, I actually used one of the push-out die cuts from the set of paper, but I'm going to cut out and colour it today. You also need 2 bits of DSP, one for the inside and one for the front, and these are 14.4 by 10.1 for the inside, and in inches that's 5.25 by 4 inches, and the one for the front panel is where's my things? Yeah, 10.1 inches down by 7 centimeters across in centimeters, or 4 by 3 in inches to fit the inch measurement sizes. So those are all the bits you need. Thanks to Tammy White, where I first saw this idea, but I say I've sorted it out for our measurements, so it is in stock. Oh, thank goodness for that! Phew! I'm very glad it's in stock because it's so lovely. Is this dark, or do I need to turn the light on, or can you see okay? Because it's gone really dark here. I think it'll pass over quite quickly. It's turned to red. Oh no, it's still sleety snow. But anyway, it's going to be fine. Let us do some scoring. So the card base, we're going to score it on the long side, and we're going to make 2 score marks. We're going to score the first one, and this, you're going to need to use your little measurements on your paper trimmer. So the first score is at 7.4 centimetres. Okay, so we're going to make 1 score at 7.4. In inches, you want to score it at 2.25. because it's a much shorter piece when you're working in American sizes. And then the second score is going to be at 14.8. So put that on there and score it there. And on the American sizes, that's at 5.5. Okay, so it's just 2 scores, that's all. And then we're going to fold and burnish. So we're going to fold the first one in the middle, make sure that it's all lined up nicely, and burnish it well. And then this second score line, I'm actually going to fold it both ways. I'm going to fold it inwards and outwards to burnish it, because we want that panel to move really easily both sides. You can see everything, jolly good. Right, so that is our base. It's so much easier than you think it is. Now, in Tammy's thing, she actually gave us the measurements to cut out this section here. As you can see, we need to have that bit left to form the swing mechanism. Yeah, and she's actually put measurements to cut that. I have decided there's a much easier way, and that is to use your layer, place it centrally so you're happy with where it is on there, and then get a pencil. And so I'm wanting to make sure that it's the same size in on both sides and the same up and down, and making sure it's straight. And then I'm just going to draw around it like that. So I'm not going to bother measuring too much. You can if you want to measure. I think it's I did measure it. What was it? 2.75 inches or something? 2 point something inches? No, about 2 centimeters. It's actually a bit more than that. I think it should be 2.2. Anyway, whatever. drawing around it is honestly the easiest way. And then we can use the trimmer and just line up the line you've drawn. That is obviously around the outside. If you cut to that line, it's going to be just fractionally too big. So you want to have that line just so that it's on the left-hand side. I'm not sure if you can see too well on here, but you want to make sure that it's on the left-hand side of your... So I can see it through the middle, and normally I would say put the line in the middle. You want to move the line so it's slightly towards the left-hand side of the trimmer guide. Does that make sense? So when you look to see your drawn line, you want it on the left-hand side of your blade guide. And then we're going to bring our cutting blade up, and you've got lines on your blade, so you can line them up with this score line. I'm actually going to stand up so I can look down directly on it. So we can line it up so that the mark on the blade is exactly level with the score line, and then I can simply cut. The one this side we want towards the right-hand side of the trimmer, of the cutting area, the gap in the middle where you're cutting. I just realised my trimmer is absolutely filthy. Anyway, I better do something about that too, but not just now. So that's cut those two flaps off. And then we're going to do exactly the same with this one. Put it in and have it just slightly towards the right-hand side. Cut that piece off. So that just removes the need to do too much measuring. And then you can either use your trimmer or just your scissors to cut off these final pieces, just like this. Use scissors because it's just as easy to cut up a score line as it is to try and use the trimmer and line it up. So there we go. So you're left with a piece like this. This is the base piece that you're then left with. Okay, so to put the card together, it's actually really quite simple. So that's that one. Now, I'm going to stick the DSP on first. So just reach my glue. It's further away now. I have to stretch to reach it. I just love this gold. I'm so glad it is in stock. That really worried me. Oh, I hadn't seen anything about it not being in stock, so oh dearie me. Anyway, never mind. I hope you can find the things you want, Emily, by the way, because I know you were looking for something which I think then went out of stock, which is horrendous when that happens. I hate it when that happens. But hopefully it might come back in again, although I think it might be a retired item you were wanting, so it may not come back. Because I think they're moving towards, once things sell out, they're sold out. But it depends how much interest there is in having it again, I suppose. Right, so just a note, when you're cutting, this is directional paper, so you want to make sure you've got it the right way around when you're doing your cutting. So that is the card base prepared. So then we've got to stick these bits on. And I found the easiest way is just place that on top, and you should see that it actually fits exactly. Hooray! So we need to stick this on, but be really careful. You don't want to put glue on the back of here because we're only going to stick it to the flat bit here. So I found the easiest way is put the glue on the flap, and then you know you're not getting it where you don't want it to be. So glue on the flap, and then we're going to place this on top, making sure it's beautifully lined up after all our measuring and cutting, like that. Press it down. And then you can see we've got our swing bit, and we haven't got any gaps either on the front or on the back. You can't see it overlapping. So I found drawing around it was honestly the easiest and quickest way to do it. So we can now stick the next layer on as well. I'm not going to stick the final one on yet because I need to do some stamping, but I can show you this. And I'm going to show you how we put the inner layer on to make sure that it's lined up, which is another of my little tricks that I discovered. Okay, so there we are. That's the front one. Now, when you put the inside panel in, you want it so that it's exactly behind the front one. So how do we do that? Let me show you. So we're getting the panel, which is on this case, this one. So this is what I want to be pointing up. So I'm going to have my glue on the back. And this is the trick that I found. If you then open the card, line up the card here line up the layer so that it's exactly behind the layer we've already stuck down, and then close your card. You've got it in the right place. You're waiting for Bottle of Happiness Punch, that's right. Oh well, never mind. There'll be other nice things you can look for, I'm sure, Emily. There we go. So now we've got this piece inside and it exactly matches the front piece, which is what we want. So that's the easy way. Put it back to sort of backwards on here and then close the card on it, and it's in the right place. So now we can stick that layer on as well. So I think when Tammy makes these, she's made a lot of different ones with different sets, and she's put a border around the DSP as well. I just thought that was too much. I didn't think it was necessary, and it all bulks cards out, so we need to be careful. Right, so we are going to do some stamping. So on the front of here, I'm going to use my Happy Birthday, Another Wrinkle Wiser. I'm going to have that just over here. Or do I want the cake one? Where's my set? So I'm using the cake. Oh, no, this set, this one. No, I'm going to use this one because I just like the fun of this. So Happy Birthday, I'm going to stick it over here, somewhere in the middle. Just there. Oh, that wasn't very straight. That's why we have an emergency side. Is that stamped not straight? No, it isn't quite straight. Okay. Straighten it up this time by looking at the words, not at the edge of the stamp. That's better. This is why we always have an emergency side. Am I excited for my holiday? I am, yes, because, and I ought to tell everybody this, I am going away for 2 weeks on Sunday. We're going to the Norwegian fjords. God knows why we're going somewhere so cold. But there we go. That's life. We're going up there. We're doing what's called the Hurtigruten route, which is the route right up the coast from Bergen, right up to the top to Kirkenes or Kirkenes. I'm not quite sure how you say it. But anyway, the place right at the top near the Russian border, because one of the excursions we're doing is going to see the Russian border, which is quite interesting, although I'm hoping we come back. What was it I was going to use? Oh, yes, this one is the inside one. I'm going to use the At Least You're Not Old as You'll Be Next Year for inside. I'm just not sure that's... It's going to look all right on the front, but I think I'm going to go for black inside. I can shut this one up. So this one's going to go in the middle inside, because I want to make sure there is room to write around it. And just to add a little bit more interest on the inside, I'm going to use the Starburst stamp, just to give a little bit more interest inside. So we'll have some stars both sides. I don't know what they are, stars, starbursts, whatever. It's a nice stamp. So that's where my pink comes in, but I don't think it's right to have the text in the same colour. It just wouldn't look right. Okay, where's my scrap? There we go. So I can stick these bits in now. This bit inside. And obviously once you've got your first layer in, all the other layers just sort of fit on top, so that's easy. And then this one, just before I stick it down, I'm going to just go over the edges, because when you turn it over, you've got the cut edges facing down and they will sort of stick up on the card. But if you just run your bone folder over them, it solves the problem. So just ignore my very, very horrible first attempt to put that on, because that was terrible. You could obviously stamp it on another sheet and stick it on top, but I thought I'd be brave and stamp directly on. A mistake, wasn't it? Anyway, we're going to have the cake from that One More Year set. So I'm going to stamp it in Memento. And yes, I have just got Memento all over my thumb, so I need to make sure I'm not touching anything with it. So the one bad thing about the One More Year set, it doesn't come with dies. I'm really upset. It's not a bundle. So one has to fussy cut. You know, I'm not a great fan of fussy cutting, but needs must, because I need to use this particular stamp set because it is so gorgeous. I do love it. I think it's probably my favourite out of all the catalogue. Just put my stamps away while I've got this open. I'm not using those again today. Right, so we'll just do some colouring. So we're going to sort of match this, which is pretty in pink. That might be all right just with the darker one. I'm going to use the light coloured for the icing, and then we'll use the darker one for inside the middle of the cake. And I don't think I'm going to put any more colour on it. See what you think. I'm using the brush, which is a bit difficult for these little. I should be using the pointy end. It'd give me a better colour there, but I'll use the pointy end here to do the middle bit. Ooh, and get it off. And it's not that much deeper, especially just seeing like that. So I'm going to go over it a couple of times to add a bit more colour into it. There. And then I'm going to use, this is Daffodil Delight I'm using here. So I think it's closest to flames. So we're going to do all the candle flames. This would definitely be a fire hazard cake, wouldn't it? Like mine are nowadays. So many numbers. And peach pie is actually in here. We haven't got daffodil. Oh, there is, yeah. Just thinking about the plate. What colour should we do the plate? Pale blue card. Yeah, it's pool party. Actually, I could do the plate in pool party. Good idea. Thank you for mentioning that. Let me just find my pool party stamping blends. God knows where they are. I have so many now, it's getting ridiculous. But you always need them. What's that one? That's Balmy Blue, I think. Oh, that looks like pool party. Now it's Lost Lagoon. There's a pool party. What's that one? Dark, it'll do. It seems to have lost its light mix, but that's not worry. Yeah, then I'm sticking to the same colour scheme, which I just quite like. There we go. Pool party plate. Thank you for mentioning it. Right, so my next job is find my scissors. And boring bit. Yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to this holiday. It should be fun. It's going to be very cold, and of course it's going to be very dark because we're going above the Arctic Circle, so there won't be any sunshine a lot of the days. But one of the excursions we're doing is snowmobiling under the polar sky, it says. So I'm really looking forward to it because it's going to be fun. Husband doesn't really do abroad holidays, so it's going to be interesting to see what he thinks, but I think he'll enjoy it. The Russian border trip was his choice. I actually wanted to go to the ice hotel. There's an ice hotel. Like, I think it's the same one as, I'm not sure it's the same one, but it's anyway the same sort of thing as was used in that James Bond film. So I quite wanted to go to the ice hotel, but no, we're going to the Russian border instead. We can't do both, unfortunately, because they go at the same time. So I'm sure it'll be lovely. And we're doing, what else are we doing? Oh, we're doing reindeer sledding. That should be quite fun. I'm not quite sure what it is, but we'll find out. And finding out all about the Sami culture as well, the reindeer people. It's just, I know, Snowbird, I'm so looking forward to that bit. Right, there's my cake. So obviously I'm going to shove him up on dimensionals. So just put a few of those on here. I better put a few on. Make sure it stands, because if it's going to be wafting about and being opened and shut, I want to make sure it stays on. So I'm actually using more dimensionals than I usually would. I probably only usually use 2, but I'm using 4 on this. Ooh. Dimensional toppers going everywhere. And that can then just sit there, and there is our card. So there we have it. Swing card with my fun inside. So we've got the 2 to show you. Obviously, don't forget to decorate your envelope. I think the banners look quite nice on the envelope, actually. That is from the birthday celebration kit. So I might do Let me get an envelope and just do the other one. So we'll do that in pink for the other envelope, I think. Where's my block? There we go. As I got the pink ink out, and let me just grab an envelope. My tidy at the side of the desk here finally gave up the ghost, unfortunately, so I've had to buy a new one. It's not quite as easy to get things out of, but it is a lot neater. Anyway, yeah, so reindeer sledding, snowmobiling, what else we do? Visiting the Russian border. There's one other one we're doing, and I can't think what it is. Can't remember what the other one is. Whatever, it's going to be fun. So looking forward. So yeah, we go on Sunday and we'll be away for 2 weeks. So this is a juicy ink pad. It'll dry okay. You can see it. You can often see an ink pad's very juicy when it sort of comes out slightly blotchy when you first stamp it. But if you leave it, it'll dry fine. You don't have to worry too much about that. But sometimes I find the new ink pads, because this is still pretty new, being one of the new colours, they can be very, very inky at first. And I haven't used that very much because I've used the cardstock. I've used quite a lot of the cardstock because I think it's a beautiful pink. But, okay, so there we go. That's that bit done. So just to finish it off on here, these are the party dots. So I've just used them on that one. I think I'll use a few on here as well. And this time we will use the pink ones. On the pokey tool. And we'll have, I think, a big one down there. And some little ones probably. Possibly 2 big ones and a little one. We'll see. Yeah. There. Just scattered as I do. I can't bear to try and place them and make them very even, but use the uneven numbers, as you remember. That's really good. There. So, Margaret, that would have been a long healing job. Is that something? Oh, there we go. Oh, I've missed that. Sorry. Be careful not to slip on the ice. You fell in Tenerife and broke your hip. Oh, no. Oh, that's awful. Oh, dog sleds. Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah, we're going on a dog sled thing as well. So we're doing all sorts of things. Snowmobiling, reindeer sledding, dog sledding. Yeah, it's going to be great fun. Oh, I'm so sorry, Margaret. That's awful. Poor you. I hope, is it healed all right now? Oh dear, it takes forever. Did you have to have it replaced or was it just mended or what? Oh no, poor you. Right. Oh, Arterite, you'd love to see more fun fold ideas. Okay. Will I take any thank you cards for the crew on the ship? What a good idea. I hadn't thought of that, but of course I can. That's a brilliant idea, Emmylou. Thank you. That is so useful. Oh my goodness. That would have been great. Oh, good. Right. Oh, Jean, hello. Jean, thank you for, or is it Gian? How do you say your name? Goodness knows. Anyway, thank you for joining me. They're beautiful cards. Thank you very much. They're really nice to make and so simple. And I think rather than worrying about measuring to cut, use that method I've shown you in the video because it just is so simple. And again, the way of putting this back panel back to front against that and then closing the card, just make sure it's in the right place and you're not worrying about, oh, is it in the right place? You know it is. So there we go, 2 different types using the same paper, but you can see they look different just by changing the colour backgrounds and reversing these. I've used exactly the same coloured cardstock, but I've changed around which I've used as the background and which I've used as the layer. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. Let me just put me back so I can speak to you again. I'm really glad you like those cards. I apologise again that this started so late because of the stupid thing not letting me in. But all of the instructions and the measurements will be up in the website. Oh, that was the other thing this morning. I was writing the post to go with it. And halfway through writing it, I just started listing all the sizes and everything. And the thing started auto-saving and jammed. Just wouldn't go anywhere. It was so annoying. But anyway, it will be up tonight. It'll be up as soon as I can possibly get it up. I've got to finish writing the post because it wouldn't let me this morning when it decided to auto-save. And I've had a bad day with technology, if we're honest. But hey, it'll be all right. It will be up later today and you'll see the video replay if you want in there, as well as all the instructions and the measurements for these cards. But thank you so much for joining me. Oh, Margaret, You had a hip replacement just before Christmas. Oh my goodness. And now you're totally non-weight bearing for 6 weeks. Oh my goodness, that's awful. Because as you possibly know, I had a hip replacement last March, but they got me up the same day as the operation, starting to walk on it. And but that must be because you broke it as well. Oh no, poor you. Oh dear. Well, you've got plenty of time to sit at desks and do lots of crafting, and I hope you enjoy that. And I do hope you get better soon. That would just be lovely. Oh, get well soon anyway. Right. So obviously, I'm not going to be here for the next 2 weeks. I am scheduling some posts for my class this Thursday. We're making mail cards. They asked me for mail cards, and I've been making, I think there's 4 or 5 I've made anyway for the class. 4, I think. 4, one with 2 options. And so I will be putting up the posts to do with those, and they will be coming up on the website. I'm scheduling for them for over the next couple of weeks. Next Tuesday is the Tech for Stampers blog hop, and the subject is cards for kids. So that will be next Tuesday. There'll be a post go up, but no videos to go with them. I haven't done videos for these. I just haven't had time, I'm afraid. So it will be just the posts with the instructions, but I hope you enjoy those over the next 2 weeks till we can join again. It will be the 28th, Tuesday the 28th is the next live. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad you like the cards, and I hope you have a go at this fun fold. And Arter I will be doing lots more fun folds because I love fun folds, as you know. So I will be doing more of those from then on. I'm also changing things on my website a little bit, and I'm hoping that for all my email subscribers, I'm going to be providing at least one. I'm starting with one. I'm hoping to get to more than that, but one free tutorial each month, as well as all the other news. So if you haven't signed up to my emails, please go to the website and sign up, and also have a look at the new catalogues there. And I hope to see you soon. If you want any help with the new catalogues, I never mentioned the joining offer. There is a new joining offer if you want to become a demonstrator. Remember that you never have to buy anything else ever again if you don't want to. You can just sign up and join and get all the benefits. You keep the stuff no matter what. You never have to buy anything else again. If you do want to, you get discounts. If you become a demonstrator, you save at least 10% on any order you make. So there's a lot of benefits to becoming a demonstrator, not least because you're part of my team and we can have fun together, and you get all sorts of goodies like getting early access to new things, getting the catalogues early, and being able to come to things like On Stage, which is in March this year. And I'm going, so it'd be lovely to see some other people there. And have a look at the offer. There's 2 options for the joining offer in Celebration this year. The first one, you get £130 worth of products for just £99. That's the usual basic joining offer. But in addition, on the first option, you get a stamp set and 2 packs of stamping right markers. And the stamping right markers, they are worthwhile. I mean, they're a pack of, I think it's 12 in a pack, 10 or 12 markers in a pack. So you're getting 20 stamping up right markers, free as just for joining. So it really is worth joining for that. If you don't want those, I've no idea why you wouldn't, but if you didn't, then the other joining offer is an extra £30 worth. So you get £160 worth of products, but you only pay £99. There's no shipping charges. Shipping is free as well. So that saves you another £7 or very nearly £6.95. So really worth having a look at that offer. All the details are up on the website. The new catalogues are up on the website. So have a look at those. There's new online exclusives. There's 3 new kits. There's so much. Just get a cup of tea and have a browse. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I better go now and stop rabbiting on, and I shall see you on the 28th or whatever. You have a ticket for On Stage? Oh, I do hope so, Margaret. Look me out when you get there. I shall look out for you. It's still, is it 9 weeks away? I think it's 9 weeks away. So hopefully you will get there. I can always come and help you if you need help with anything. So let me know. Keep in touch. Right, I will go now, and I will see you all